This video is going to show you a solo GM on the weekly featured grandmaster, which is Inverted Spire, but this is with a unique loadout. Let me explain this unique run to you so that the loadout makes sense. The run is to do a solo GM on Inverted Spire, getting platinum rank whilst finding every single secret ammo crate in this. There are 8 secret ammo crates in total, so I'm going to collect every one and try to utilize the ammo crates as we go through this grandmaster. So we need an exotic heavy that spams ammo. We also need one that's either arc or void, because it's arc or void surge, and I want to match the surge. So what I also want a heavy GL because of mods and stuff. So what arc exotic heavy GL do we have that is not anarchy? Well, the answer is Prospector, because Prospector got a buff. So Prospector got a buff and does a lot of different things now. Excavation perk reads: grenades spawn cluster bombs upon detonation. This is similar to the cluster bomb perk that rocket launchers have. Defeating targets creates arc explosions. Full auto, hand laid stock, augmented drum, volatile launch, and obviously I've got it with catalyst. So we're going to utilize all the ammo crates as much as I can, as much as I can, while spamming Prospector. So this is a full-on Prospector run, okay? This isn't Prismatic Titan run. This isn't Void Titan run. This isn't anything. This is a Prospector run. The reason why I'm on a Solar Titan, can anyone answer it? I'll give you 5 seconds. If you answer it right, you get a free platinum rank token. So the reason why I'm on a Solar Titan is so that we can make Prospector fully barrier GL for 10 seconds. On Prismatic Titan, you can only make it barrier for 5 seconds. I want to have as much barrier in Prospector as possible, because I want to spam the GL. So, solar subclasses have access to a longer radiant duration. It's Solace. You double up your radiant duration. Do we understand now why I've run a Solar Titan? Okay? Also, the Solar Titan, I don't want to run a build that overtakes Prospector. I just want to buff Prospector. I don't want to do a Consecration Prismatic Titan run, because that would make no point to this run at all. Are we all understanding that? Please understand it. I hope you understood the distinction. If you're not, you need to replay this portion of the video so that you understand it. Okay. So, obviously with Inverted Spire there's haste on, right? We all know about that at this point. Arc Surge, Void Surge. But we're going to be running Sunbreak, as I said, Hammer of Soul Super Choice, Rally Barricade, Throw and Hammer, Healing Grenade, Aspects with Roaring Flames, Soul Invictus. The fragments was Amber of Ashes, Torches, Empyrean, Solace. Solace is the big one for Prospector, for barrier rounds in Prospector. The weapon choices is a Kinetic Tremor Scout Rifle, Velocity Baton. The build is Synthoceps and the mods are on screen. Arc Loader is kind of important because we are spamming Prospector, so we want that on. Void Loader is important because Velocity Baton has a bad base reload. Double Void Resist Concussive Dampener. Arc Scavenger, we didn't really need to use this. We could have ran 2 weapon surges. I ran 1, I could have run a second one, to be honest. So I didn't really need the Scavenger because there's that many crates, but hey, that's what the run was. Double Bomber and Prox Ward. We've got Hands On and Arc Siphon and Kinetic Siphon as well. One disclaimer on this video is I forgot to put Concussive Reload on. I thought I had it on, so I did not have debuff via my GL. That just tells you though how good Prospector does damage in this. I had no debuff. Can you imagine? And it's solo one cycle and champs. Man, imagine if I had debuff in this. So yeah, that was the setup for this. So we're going to fly over to the first building to deal with the harpies quickly and get some surges off them because of curative orbs. Just to repeat, we are doing a solo GM run with all ammo crates found. All 8 secret crates found plus solo with a weapon that we can spam heavy ammo because of the crates. That was my idea. And obviously to be Prospector. To repeat, I do not have debuff on. I do not have Concussive Reload picked on my artifact for some reason. But that's fine. because it's actually good for the video, because I'm just showing you how good Prospector is for damage. Look at the amount of damage it does there. So we're solo one cycle and a champ in 6 shots. That's very economical, that, because the gun holds 31. So if it only takes 6 shots to kill a champ, that is pretty good. That's not bad at all. I wasn't expecting this. And imagine if we did run concussive reload, it would probably be 4 shots for a champ kill. That's very good, very, very good. Obviously we're running Solar Titan for the increased radiant duration. We want more radiant, because this run isn't about a prismatic Titan. It's not about doing consecration things. This run is about buff and Prospector. I know we didn't have the debuff on, and I know it's sort of ironic, but that's fine. We did have radiant and we did have surges, and the gun still solo 1 cycles a champ, and ultimately that's all we really need. So we are going to check where the first Hydra spawns. He spawned left. Left Hydra we don't need a super for, but I am going to super right Hydra, because right Hydra is more awkward because there's harpies above his head and it's annoying. So we are going to super the right side Hydra, the opposite side to this one, right? We use kinetic tremors from a distance, then we'll take out the boxes. We're only 12 on Prospector because we spammed it. So this run's all about ammo crates. Now there are no ammo crates for a bit, so I've got 12 shots. That's perfect, because that's going to cover 2 champs, because there's 2 barrier champs to kill before we get the next ammo crate. And that's not taking into account any ammo crates any ammo boxes we get off ads. So here we go. We'll get a super down for hammers, then we'll take out the boxes. So another goal of this run for me was to check the damage that hammers is doing in this on a sunspot build, on not on prismatic Titan, but on a general. So basically hammers is very bad on prismatic, but it's very good on general solar builds. So that was also a goal of the video, just to see what sort of damage it's doing in GMs, and it's doing decent. But remember, I didn't have concussive reload, so I would only do more damage if I did have it equipped. So we have skipped the 2 barriers there because we've done the skimmer skip. I've already explained this at length in the past. You should know what it is by now. I've explained it multiple times. So we need to deal with the overload over the barrier over the far side first. So we're going to do some chip damage to him, use kinetic tremors. We've put a barricade up to aggro the sniper shots. So if you're playing Titan and you are playing from a range, pop barricades, because this will help you survive when you're fighting barrier champs like that, because your barrier shield will tank their shots. It'll absorb that. So we've got 6 shots left. That's perfect, because we need it. We need the 6 shots for the final barrier on this section here. We'll just proc haste here. So add to my left can see, so we'll get rid of him first. Then we'll get our area denial down. We'll get a healing aid down, because we can spam it, because we've got demolitionist on velocity baton. Look at the grenade energy we got back there. We just used it and we've just got it back. Kind of crazy. So even though velocity baton's not a solar weapon and we can't take advantage of Empyrean, it doesn't matter, because it's demolitionist. Now I would like a solar area denial GL, and there isn't one in the game. And I would like all elements, to be honest. I would like strand. That's a thing as well. And I think I'm just going to tell you something here, and it's a bit of a scam. It's a bit of a con. Why is it that they only release a new archetype element of a weapon once every few months? Let's give you an example. The Indebted Kindness was the first rocket sidearm we got. We then got a Strand 1 months later. We then got a Solar 1 months later. And we then got a Stasis 1 months later in Iron Banner. They're releasing it so slow to you. Do you not see how they're scamming you with it? Like, why can't they just release multiple elements of one archetype of weapon straight away? It's like, oh, you want area denial GLs? Here's an Arc 1, a Solar 1, a Void 1, a Strand 1, and a Stasis 1. All together. They don't want to do that. They want to slowly give you it, make you wait. They want to wine and dine you, but slowly. I just find it annoying that, like, oh, we've only got this Void 1 and we've only got the Stasis area denial GL. but we haven't got, you know, the other elements. It really does bother me with the element thing, because I like different element weapons for build crafting, right? For build crafting, I need to, you know, have different elements. That's very important. So we're not going to deal with the barrier in the cardboard box. Leave him and you will still get platinum rank. I've explained that as well. So we'll get a stun with the velocity baton. Then look at the damage we're doing there. We're doing damage to both overlords, because you're going to see the other one's weak. So look, he gets re-stunned, and look, we basically dealt with 2 overlords there with Prospector. Now I've showed you the first ammo crate. There's a second one coming up, so we're going to spam all our Prospector to then pick up the second ammo crate, because the idea of this run is that we spam ammo, then pick the next ammo crate up. That's what this is all about. I'm not going to use a super, because that's going against the identity of this, what this run is. I want to kill this Rivens with the damn Prospector Guardian. I don't want to use the super, because that's cheap. I want to use Prospector, look. So yeah, we're just spamming our damage on the Rivens, which it didn't do that well against the Rivens, I will admit. I guess they are very tanky. Like, against a champ, we were melting them, but not so much against Rivens. So we're down to our last 6 shots. Also, some of the damage is immune, so that's why. See, the wings of a Riven are immune damage numbers, so that's why area of effect style damage doesn't work very well against Rivens. That's your explanation for it. So that's dealt with. We have explored all our ammo for Prospector. He's heavy crate number 2. Heavy crate number 2. Here we go. This will fill up special ammo as well. All crates fill special and heavy, not just heavy. So there's more ammo crates coming up, and remember, the identity of the run is to show you every single crate, so we're going to do what we have to do, simple as. So there's ads here that I generally skip, but we're not going to skip them, because we need to kill them to get the ammo crate. That's what we want to do. So I'm just going to spam the Prospector. By the way, it has the chain reaction perk. That was the update. It got chain reaction and the cluster bombs, which the cluster bombs are the same as a cluster bomb rocket, but they're more consistent. If you know what cluster bomb rockets are, you should know what it is. I guess new players don't know what cluster bomb rockets are, because cluster bomb rockets are not very good. They need to buff cluster bomb rockets in the future, which I'm going to talk about sandbox changes and my predictions coming up halfway through the video when not lots going on. But right now, we're just clearing out these ads. We're going to spam the rest of our Prospector if we can. There's not enough ads to do it, but we're going to do it. We're going to do as much as we can. Now, this is ammo crate number 3. Let's go and find it. Now, I couldn't remember exactly where it was, but I know it's here. There's a sniper, so there we go. Follow the secret sniper to the secret rabbit hole of the ammo crate. See, we go, look. Alice in Wonderland. We can pop that brick. Boom, we're back to full. Let's go and melt the barrier with it. Okay, no, so you know I said I want double radiant. This is why I wanted double radiant, so that we can proc radiant from a distance and make Prospector be a barrier weapon more consistently. Watch. Just watch the footage. Here we go. Got radiant. It insta broke the shield. You didn't even see the shield come up, because he actually got stunned. It's set on the left hand side. So that was crazy. That's a crazy clip, that is crazy what that did there. It really is. Alright, crate number 4. I'm just going to pick it up. I know I could, you know, go downstairs, kill the overlords, then jump back up. I couldn't be bothered doing that. So I'll just pick up my ammo crate and just kill the overlords. That's crate number 4. Okay, so there's no more crates now for a good bit. Now we're going to focus on the commentary side, gameplay-wise. Okay, so we're going to stun this overlord here with velocity. Then we use our 6 shots. Boom, he's finishable. Procs ward is proccing. We get a reload behind our barricade. Very fast. It's got a very good reload as a Prospector. Even though it's a low mag, I agree with you, it is. But it reloads very quickly. Like, very quickly. I know that we're in a meta of Envious Arsenal and Auto and Holster. Any mod, any weapon perk that allows you to not reload a gun is the meta. But I think I think what's happening now with like DPS meta and stuff is it's starting to become trivial. They're basically saying to you, you need to run Envious Arsenal, you need to run auto loan holster stuff, you need to run perks like that to do best DPS. But I think, as a first-person shooter, because Destiny 2 is a first-person shooter, I think having too many perks in the game that reloads our weapons is bad for the game. I think reloading a gun in a first-person shooter is a key part of the game, and removing the aspect of having to reload guns isn't good for the health of the game, because we are starting to be Lunar Faction boots meta of the 2018, where auto-loading. We're almost at that level now. And anyone remember that meta and what happened to the game because of it? They ended up nerfing it because the game was dumb. The game was dumb. And I'm not saying the game's dumb now. I'm just saying, look, there's far too many perks in the game that reload weapons. They need to look at that in the future. We need to go back to reloading guns for DPS strategies. I think it's ridiculous because I think it's part of the identity of a shooter to reload a gun. I don't think they should have ever made auto-loan holster. I know it's a hot take. I don't think they should ever have made it because it's trivialized DPS strats for a long time now. And Envious Arsenal is the icing on top. It's the icing on top now because essentially now there's no thought process to that. It's just Envious Arsenal, right? So I'm not a massive fan of where the game's going for DPS and stuff. I don't like it. I think they need to make the game a little bit more challenging for that and introduce some challenging ways so that we do have to reload our guns for DPS. And if you're the type to say, oh, well, no, I don't agree with you, does that mean you want an easier game than me then? I want a harder game than you. You want an easier game. That's what you're saying to me. If that's what you're saying, that you think there should be auto-loading perks in this game, like loads of them, then I think that's you want an easy game, right? Whereas I'm not wanting... I'm wanting a balance in the game. I'm wanting a good balance. I want a good sandbox. That's, you know, that makes you think a little bit. I want a good sandbox that makes you think. That I'll just leave it at that. Right, so this section we're going to deal with the Overlord, but the Overlord is pushed round the corner. That's fine. We'll just deal with him and isolate him. I wasn't wanting to, but he's pushed. So we'll just deal with it like this. So we'll stun with the GL, Radiant melee, boom, 6 shots, he's dead. If the cluster bombs are spawned correctly, it does even more damage, because cluster bombs are area of effect damage and there's RNG to cluster bombs. If you don't know and didn't play 2017 Destiny 2, you would know that cluster bombs have RNG elements to them, right? And I guess people who didn't play 2017 wouldn't have an idea of how cluster bombs work. I intrinsically know how cluster bombs work very good because of Destiny 1 and because of 2017 cluster bomb meta. And yes, there was a meta for cluster bombs. I think they need to buff cluster bombs to make it a meta again. I absolutely think they need to do that. They need to buff cluster bombs by 100% or 50%, something silly, absurd, something just to switch up the meta, because there's no point to use a rocket launcher now. There's 0 point to be using a rocket launcher. You may as well just use a heavy GL. Right? So let's talk about the sandbox. We're just melting this champ here, but we'll talk about the sandbox changes for next year. It's written in the stars. So I've seen every single meta possible in Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 technically, and I can tell you it's written in the stars for heavy GLs to be nerfed, heavy and special. So I believe area denial GLs are going to get nerfed next year and heavy GLs are going to get nerfed next year. Why? Because they've just give you a plethora of grenade launcher mods this season. Whenever they do that, they're saying to you, read between the lines, that they're going to nerf this stuff next year. So for the next major sandbox update, either either Heresy or Apollo, I'm not sure which, but they're going to definitely nerf heavy GLs. Legendary heavy GLs, to be precise, I think they're going to leave Prospector and Anarchy as they are, and they're going to give you that treatment where they leave the exotic variants as they are, but they nerf the legendary editions. Because legendary heavy GLs are too powerful in the game. It's simple as. They basically, there's never a point to use a rocket launcher unless you've got the Trials of Osiris, Trials of the Trials rocket launcher with Envious Arsenal and bait and switch. If you've got that one, yeah. But any other time, you just use a heavy GL because of the artifact mods. So they are definitely going to nerf this stuff. Be prepared for it next year. Be prepared for a few nerfs next year. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's definitely going to happen. I can see it. It's written in the stars. You can see it. So we're now low on heavy. But the heavy has played its job, and we have dealt with the barriers on each plate. I want to super each plate because we don't have an LMG on, obviously, because we're using Prospector, but my playstyle for Inverted Spire generally is to have a machine gun on to melt supplicants. So my playstyle needs to alter because of it and make sure that I have a super for defending plates, because I don't want to wipe. Roman super adds damage resist to your build, so we're going to pop that as we defend the plate. It's only plate 1 and 2 that I care about. Plate 3 is easy. Plate 3 is fine. It's just plate 1 and 2. But they're not that hard. Look, once you pop super, we're good. We are tanking supplicants all day long. So I'm going to melt down the Minotaur first, because we cannot stun overload in our super, of course. But that's fine, because the job of the super is being fulfilled. Then we'll stun overload, and he's in that sunspot, and we'll just melt him with the hammer. Because this is kind of good because we haven't got heavy, and that was good damage there, basically, is what I'm saying. Despite us not having heavy, we still melted the overload quick enough. Right, we've capped plate 2, now it's plate 3. I'm looking for heavy, no heavy has spawned, but there is a heavy ammo crate coming up. So we're going to be on heavy ammo crate 5 coming up. Count them up, Guardian, 5. Now we want to farm super energy, which that's exactly what my build does. Because of area denial damage and kinetic tremor damage, this gives you enhancements to super recharge rate. I've seen a couple of videos about people playing around with tiers for intellect for PvE. Some people are saying run tier 3 intellect and stuff. Listen, I'm from a place that has explored this topic for numerous of years. And I'm going to tell you something here. Don't bother speccing any stat distributions for intellect. You are wasting your time. When you are solo, you get more super energy than what you do in a fire team. The reason why is because all ads are yours, Guardian. You can be selfish. You can melt all champs. There ain't no blueberries messing up your DPS strats. There ain't no blueberries taking intellect off you. You can be very selfish in solo, because you are solo, and you suck up all the HP bars of the enemies into your intellect bar. What more can you want? All you need to know is that if it's a Roman super, it's times 3. And against champs, mages and ultras, you get more super energy if you do area of effect damage to them. Okay? So kinetic tremors, area denial, wither horde, machine guns, fusion rifles, all these sort of weapons fill up your super bar really quick. So don't please make the mistake of spec-ing for intellect. Never spec for intellect at all, ever in this game, for PvE. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I've never had to do it. Don't get me wrong, I have done a tier 10 intellect solo GM in the past. It ain't recent times, but I have done it, and it's pointless. Don't worry anyways. Next year they're reworking stats. Intellect won't be in the game, I don't think. Or I don't know what they're removing. Don't quote me on it. I don't know what they're removing. I'm starting to say things I don't know. I don't know what stats are going to be on the armor next year. Maybe somebody knows what the stat distributions are going to be, because they're reworking armor for Apollo. I haven't read the TWAB. Someone else can read it for... I tell you what, someone else can read it to me, and you can read it to me like a bedtime story. That's what you can do for me. You read it. You have me read everything for you. You read it. Tell me what armor points we're getting for armor 5.0 next year, whatever it's called. So the final overload, the final Hydra is floating away for some reason, being weird. That's fine. These harpies despawn. I didn't know they despawn after second kill. That's good. Okay, so we're coming up towards 5th crate. I didn't need to pick it up right away, though. I thought I was planning to because I'm on 0, and it's better just to go and pick it up. But I actually ended up getting bricks. So the reason why I ended up getting bricks is because of time and heavy bricks. So if people don't know, the ammo system in Destiny 2 is very convoluted and complicated. There are things happening under the hood that you don't know about. There are timers. So if you wait, then get kills, there's an overwhelming chance for you to then get heavy. This isn't me breaking down the ammo economy in this video because I can't do everything. I'm trying to do a solo GM here. I can't do everything, but I'm just saying, look, if it's a really long GM and you haven't had ammo for say 5 minutes, every minute after that you are exceedingly more likely to get a brick. This has been tested in the past. This has been tested by other people, so this is absolutely true, right? So, and you can actively see that in the game, because I end up getting another brick as well, because it's been a while since I was on 0 for so long. Look, there's the brick, see? So those 2 bricks, I believe, were time and bricks, basically. I can't justify this to you in court. I can't put my hand on heart and say that was definitely time and brick, but I'm suspicious that it was. The game will gift you ammo after so long, and the longer the time goes on, the more likely you are to get an ammo brick. Look, there was another one dropped there, so then I got another one. Now I'm full on ammo, because on the plate phase, it was 5 to 7 minutes at least without me never getting a brick, and now I end up getting one. So, on this wave, there are 2 waves of supplicants. We hate the supplicant wave. We hate it. So I'm just going to jump over their heads. If supplicant was to have a head, I mean, you never see a supplicant with a baseball cap on, do you? I guess because they don't have a head, do they? But jump over their heads. Imagine that they have a head and you jump over them, they explode. It's the best way of dealing with supplicant phase without a super, in my opinion. Just run round, jump. They eventually explode. Okay, so we now need to deal with some of those harpies. They are being a nuisance. So Prospector can't deal with harpies. That is its weakness for this. But that's fine. We've got Kinetic Tremors on for that. So I'm going to deal with some of the harpies. Not all of them, but I'm going to be sensible about it. Now I'm going to spam heavy, because I've got an ammo crate number 5 to pick up. I'm not picking it up yet, though. Obviously, let's be economical about this. Let's spam ammo on these champs. Everything. Add clear. Let's do it. May as well. So this is champ phase, I believe. Yep. Let's see how good we do against this. Look at that, half damage. I didn't even hit him with the velocity there. We melt that barrier. That's fine. We're not being economical at all right now. We're just wanting to spam. Spam our heavy, because this phase is nearly done now. All we need to do is clear the remaining ads. There's an overload and a barrier, and that is it. So I'm not worrying about ammo at all, because once we're done, we pick up ammo crate 5 and we're full. Oh, sorry, there's another wave of supplicant. I forgot about that. Yeah, so there's 2 waves total. I'm going to try and kill some of them around that corner if I can. Not so much, kind of. Again, we're just going to outrun them. Which eventually as well, they stop chasing you. Which is kind of good when they stop doing that. So they're on a timer. They have 2 modes of like AI path. When they spawn, they enrage, and then after so long, they go stationary and start shooting you. That is perfect time for you to just then kill them. I'm going to use a super here because we want to use it. My goal of the super is just to kill all goblins. I should have stunned Overload first, then supered probably. That would have been much better, but I didn't see where the Overload was as I popped super, so that's fine. The goal of the super was just to get past this phase really. Overloads are easy anyways, and we've got Prospector to use. So we're going to get a healing aid down here. We're waiting for this Overload. I'm trying to bait him and all these fanatics. Yeah, so Overload's being awkward in this. Look at the super energy we're getting back there. Overload is still stunned, but we are getting hit by the harpy, so I have to back up a little bit. We get the stun. Radiant. Now this was dicey because Prospector can kill you. That's one thing I haven't said to you. If you use Prospector too close, the cluster bombs will kill you very quickly. That is a bad thing, so be careful about that. If I was an inch closer to that Overload, it doesn't look like it, but I would have died, I can tell you that. Okay, so the phase is done. One barrier left. We've got 2 shots to use. I mean, even 2 shots, look at that. I just used 2 shots. And it nearly, like, melted him half. So, ammo crate number 5 is here. So we pick up ammo crate number 5. Yes, there are 3 more yet. 3 more ammo crates to go and a banner. It's absolutely crazy using Spire. It's crazy. So there's an ammo crate number 6 that's very close. So I'm going to spam heavy. We need to spam heavy because we're about to pick up another ammo crate. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We need to kill the drones. Yep, so we've killed the drones. Get a healing aid going here because these ads. Yep, nice hammer. Lovely. We love to see it. It's the goblins. They're being trolly. It's not my fault. Look, we'll get our Radiant as well. So we need to stun this Overload while we got Radiant up. See, this is an example of me showing to you, look, I'm doubling up Radiant by using Sunbreaker rather than Prismatic. Prismatic would have been far quicker. We can all acknowledge that. But it doesn't matter. I've already showcased Prismatic to you. I'm going to give you a reason why I'm not doing Prismatic on this. If I redo Prismatic, so people are going to say, oh, Consecration. Oh, you're using Consecration. Oh, my eyes, you've poisoned me, Guardian. You're using Prismatic Titan, Consecration. Why aren't you using any other builds? And I'm thinking to myself, Prismatic Titan doesn't have any other builds. The Diamond Lance builds are not very good. Diamond Lance builds are not good. The Unbreakable aspect needs a buff on Titan. Buff Diamond Lances. Buff Unbreakable. Then you will start to see more Titan builds. Look at the melt here. That is incredible. Like the amount of damage. So yeah, we've spammed our heavy. And we're going to pick up ammo crate number 6. I'm trying to find it. Because it's very dark. I'm not... Yeah, I think it's in this corner. Is it in this corner? Yeah, it is. Look, it shows up. So that's ammo crate number 6. Now, we're going to do a special one here. This is the special... This is my party trick. I'm here all week. Let's watch it. So, in order to get access to the special heavy ammo crate that means nothing to nothing, but if you still want to go up here and have a look, here's how you do it easily without grappling. You don't need T-Crash, you don't need grapple, you don't need Eager Edge, you don't need anything. All you need is a skimmer sparrow. So you skimmer over to here. Right? Then you're going to jump off your skimmer. Then you're going to jump up here. Right? Now, you need to get this right, else you will die. So be careful. I'm risking it for the Vanguard loyalists. So we jump up, spawn skimmer, immediately do the grind, whatever this maneuver is called, and you just skimmer right across to special ammo crate 8. It's technically 8 because 7's back. We've missed 7, but I'm about to go and pick it up. This is ammo crate number 8. Look at this. Ammo crate number 8. Why is it here? There's no point. In actual fact, there is a point. You can actually kill all Cyclopses up here, but I haven't spawned them in. See, there's a thing going on here where I have not spawned in the next checkpoint. Now I could bug out this GM right now, and I don't want to do that. Because on my last run, I bugged it out. Because what I did is I skimmed right to the boss, and the boss never spawned in. So do not do that. You need to go back here, then follow your checkpoint markers, lest you will bug out the entire GM. I'm just doing it as trivia. That was ammo crate 8. 7's coming up. This is technically 7. Doesn't matter, does it? There's no number on it. It's up to you what number you number them. But there's another one here. So we'll just melt down this Hydra and the Overload, and we'll look, you know, this the final crates here as well. So we'll get a stun on the Overload here with Velocity. We'll try and get Radiant as well. Obviously, always back up. Don't use Prospector too close; it'll kill you. I'm going to use a healing aid here just in case, because this Overload was being trolly. Finish him off with Prospector. Let's pick up the final ammo crate of the run, which I nearly forgot. I nearly forgot about it. So yeah, the ammo crates are interesting in this. Just some of them are very badly placed. You know, they could have put ammo crates at the final boss. I think having an ammo crate on plate 3 of this boss would have been ample. It would have been chef's kiss. It would have been good. Why have they put so many ammo crates in so many useless spots? There's technically only 2 ammo crates that are useful in this. The first ammo crate in the first room, only one of them you need, and the second crate on the capture the drill part. You only need those 2 crates and a banner. That is all you need. You don't need 8 ammo crates. I mean, it depends what you're using. Prospector, if you want to spam Prospector, then yeah, you do need some of the crates. You definitely do need them if you're going to just use exclusively Prospector, which that's what I've kind of tried to do in this run. We're just going to spam more Prospector here because we've got a banner to put in. Let's just melt these harpies. Why not? Let's match the essence of the run. Okay, so I was not sure what Prospector's damage would do to this boss. Let's see what the boss damage is like. And to be honest with you, it's pretty good. It's actually better than I was expecting. So we need a Radiant. We get our Radiant plus area denial. Then we'll do our Prospector damage. Some of the cluster bomb shots are missing. Some of them are missing. And remember, this boss is tanky. He's not weak. This boss has a lot of HP now as opposed to what he used to be. Now we'll get a super pop because I want to check hammers. Symphoceps procced? Yes, it is. What damage does hammers do in this? It's doing alright, but remember, I haven't got concussive reload. Actually, no, it's doing good. That's not bad. The damage I did there wasn't too bad, right? It's just this boss is tanky. That's what the thing is. So now I need to think about ammo because I want full ammo, and there is a crate to my left, an ammo box. It's right there. So I'm gonna use a bit more heavy, but not, you know, not too much, because we want plenty for plate 2 and 3. And I can already tell you, I don't get ammo on plate 3. You never get ammo on plate 3. I've played this GM long enough now to know that you don't. Very, very rare will you get ammo. And I think it's because there's a banner. Because you have access to a banner, the game is actually limiting how much ammo you get at the boss fight. Which, yes, Bungie can micromanage encounters like that. Don't make no mistake, they've done it before. They do it in certain dungeons, in certain encounters. Ammo drops are reduced on certain activities. They've micromanaged it activity by activity basis. And I believe battleground strikes work differently to standardized strikes in terms of ammo, because they put ammo crates in the strikes, and they also have banners there, so ammo's messed up a little bit. So we're going to use a bit more Prospector, not too much more, because I don't know how much ammo I need for plate 2, to be honest with you. We're just going to send this boss away with kinetic tremors now. My special ammo is half-ish, so it's not that good. I was looking for a special brick, but it's good enough. But I ended up getting plenty of special actual fact in this run, so it wasn't too bad. Send the boss away. Come on, hurry up. He's tanky. Like I said, Prothean Modular Mind. He got an HP buff. He's a lot more tanky than what it used to be. Okay, so we're going to try and do some hammer things. I think I end up losing my hammer. Yeah, look at that. The boss has sort of pushed me away as I threw my hammer. As he landed. It was weird, but that's fine. There's one sniper up. We need to kill that sniper ASAP though. They could be a run killer, the snipers, so we need to make sure that we do that. He's just being a bit of a troll at the minute. That's fine. We get him. The boss has now set off his flames. We need to be on a plate. Always get on a plate when the solar flames occur, because you'll get bumped off map. Okay, so let's try and do some damage with Prospector here, but the boss is melting me, bear in mind, and doing sustained damage on this boss is difficult. Right, we'll get a healing there down there. We'll do more. We're doing some good chunking damage there. Adds are going to spawn in. We've got super for a backup plan. The super is the backup plan here. So I'm not using super yet because we need Symphoceps to proc and there are no ads up. So it's not a... There's basically no point to use a super just yet. Also, I don't want to throw my hammer at the boss because we will lose hammer for ads. Just in case we need a hammer on the ads, we need it. You know, so rather than risk going for Radiant, it's better to keep hammer just in case for plan B. You always need a plan B. Now we pop super. Have we got Symphoceps on left? Now we get Symphoceps. That's good. I was worried there for a second. So we're doing good. That's doing good chunk damage. As long as you got Symphoceps on, hammers does the damage. It really does. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so now it's looking a little dicey because we do not have a healing grenade, and I was trying to focus more boss damage, but I end up just doing ag clear. That's what I end up just doing. Which you can do that once the boss has set the plate afire. You can just go on an ag clear spree for a limited time. Yes, you can. On non-prismatic builds, yes. On a prismatic build, it's completely different. Everything's completely different. That's fine. There's some ads left. We're 17 on Prospector, which... Ooh, that was close. So that was overcommitment. So I was basically overcommitting to damage. I was wanting to maybe just find an opportunity on the boss, but what I should have done is just focus the ads as they came out. That would have been better. So now there's no ads. Now it's just me and the boss. So let's do some Prospector chunk. Look at the chunk. Very good. Not bad at all. If that had debuff, we're sending that boss away. We were sending that boss away there if we had a debuff, sorry. So when you're getting off plate 2, make sure you jump in the air because you can get trolled and killed by the plate because you can set a fire as the plate finishes. Be very careful on that. So we're going to use Prospector spam because the Minotaur is important and he is a Meteor Bane, I believe. Yeah, we need to get rid of him quickly. Let's try and proc a Restoration though. We may as well because we need Restoration anyways because ads spawn immediately. Oh, we get 1 brick. 1 brick we get in this. I don't believe we get any more. So that was kind of lucky, to be honest. That very rarely happens as you get a brick. So yeah, we've still got our restoration. It's just about ended now, but the ads are killed. That's that dealt with. Now we can start to deal with boss damage. This run is slower than generally. You know, generally my average run will be 32 minutes, 33 minutes. You know, with a general standardized loadout that's good for Inverted Spire. Or if I play Prismatic Titan, then it's, you know, quicker than that. But the run is longer because we're trying to search, we're trying to show you all the ammo crates. Yeah, that makes it longer. So, over the course of a GM, if it's solo, the results can be exaggerated. If you are to use anything that's slightly less effective over the course of your run, you will lose 10 minutes, which is a psychological thing. Because if somebody sees a solo GM of Inverted Spire that's 47 minutes, they may glance over it and not watch it. Because they'll be like, the run's 47 minutes. It can't be that good. But then if you see a 35-minute run, you're more likely to click it. Oh, you're doing a half an hour clear. Because 35 minutes is half an hour. It's the same thing, really, isn't it? Psychologically. So, that's what I'm saying is that people judge runs by time, and it's a bad metric. Stop doing it. People, can you stop judging runs by times? This isn't anything. Do we understand what speedruns are and what the speedrun community does? Do we understand that you need to post to speedrun.com? Anyone who is a speedrunner, an official one, I mean an official one. I mean, you know, one with a logo on his head. Or he wears a cap and it says speedrun on his cap. Those people live on speedrun.com. Now I'm asking you a question. Do you live on speedrun.com? Have you used it? If the answer is no, then you don't need to concern yourself with any of that stuff because you're not involved in that community. You're not involved with speedrunners. Are you actively going onto speedrun.com to watch the world record times being done? If the answer is no, you're not into it, Guardian. Even though you might think you might be into it, you're not. Because you're not actively supporting speedrunners, which you should be, by going on speedrun.com and checking their profiles and their runs. This is something I've actively done over the years, probably more than most people, sorry. I've done it. I've actively been in that community and done all that stuff. So I know exactly what goes into all that. But I'm not looking to get world record times. I'm looking to grow a YouTube channel. And growing a YouTube channel is completely different to speedrun.com. Speedrun.com is just a website. That's all it is. It's a hobby, right? That's what that is. Also, this is kind of a hobby, but I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to help people out. And that's exactly what this is, right? And showcase off some unique setups. Not saying I won't do speedruns, of course I will. I'm just explaining to people, stop judging runs by time as your metric. There's far other metrics to judge a run off. It's not just, oh, what's his time? You know, somebody could do a fantastic 35-minute clear with an arc build that's not prismatic. And I would consider that as very, very good. Like if somebody does a solo inverted Spire GM on an Arc Titan that takes them 31 minutes, I would want to watch that video and see what they've did. If somebody does, a 28-minute clear and it's on some obtuse build that's not very good, but he does it, I would want to watch that video to see why and how. That's damn impressive. Whereas if you actually run what you're meant to on a solo speed run, if somebody does a speed run, that's not that good of a time, and the world record's what for this now, 12 minutes, then it's far less impressive. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just trying to emulate somebody else's run. So that's what I'm sort of explaining with this. So we're now on the final phase. We have a lot of special ammo, which was good. It did save the run, because if I didn't have any special, it would have took a little bit longer of a damage, for sure. We want to break the boss's head off, and we want a super. I will use super for fanatics if I have to, but what I end up doing is not even doing that. It's just there as a plan B, but I end up using my super on the boss instead, I believe. Because you can survive final phase very easily, actually, if you just use your Titan movement, because Titans have the best movement in PvE. If you just use your movement, it's not a problem, this final phase. You just use haste. Let haste give you the health regen. I know I'm getting melted here by this boss because he will not behave. For some reason, he just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. I end up fighting him from somewhere else, back here. See what I'm saying? He's being awkward. Now he's not being awkward, look. He's now in ADHD mode, where he's just now, all of a sudden, he's just stopped. So that's good. Now we can just do our chip damage, because that's all I was wanting to do. I don't know why he kept going back and forth, left and right, left and right. He also done another thing, this boss, which I've never seen him do on this run, but he did. I'll point it out when it happens. Okay, boss's head will be broken off in a minute. There we go. Final phase starts. I've got plenty of special for it, which is good. I can use super if we need to, but I didn't need to. Look, because we're using Titan movement left and right, left and right. Use a healing grenade because we're going to get one back because the demolition is with velocity baton. So now we'll focus left and right. That's dealt with all of them, and we get our healing grenade back. So even though velocity baton isn't a solo weapon, it's still very good to use on healing grenade builds. You just get that much grenade energy back that it's really good. Okay, so now we'll do our super. Again, this isn't debuff, and we have no access to Symphos, so I probably should have popped super when Fanatics were alive, but then try to do focus damage on the boss. That's what I should have done, but I'm not going to run it back because of that. So here's what the boss is doing new to me. He's going into mid. I've never seen him do that when he goes into mid between the two pillars. That was very weird to me that he did that. That's the first time I've ever seen him do that this season. See, now he's behaving. He's meant to hang around in mid like this. So now we're going to build up our next super. Pay attention to super energy, the amount of super energy we get. We get a good radiant melee off there because we don't need our hammer anymore, so we got radiant. Just look at super chunk, left hand side. So much super, that was really good. We'll get our super then to finish him, finish the boss off. So that was a solo GM whilst, finding all the 8 secret ammo crates in this, because I believe it is interesting to people, so I figured I would do a run like this. Just all you lot need to appreciate that the run's longer because of it. As long as you appreciate that. That was the run. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.